Hello, my marvellous sausages! I've been really getting into No Man's Sky recently, especially with the new Worlds update, so I thought I'd put together a list of 20 things I wish I knew before I started. Now, whenever you come into a space station, if you pop upstairs, downstairs you've always got the same three things. You've got a mission chat there, you've got the teleporter, you've got the trade terminal, and you've got the cartographer there for finding certain things, selling map data to. However, if you go up to the second level, you've always got things up here in regard to upgrading. So you can see here, what have we got? We've got for our exocraft, which is your cars, there's your ships. You might find the odd thing around these servers here, but whenever you come to a new station, you'll see a multi-tool that you might want to purchase, but what I'm here for to show you is this. This person here is the Exosuit upgrader. It's always opposite the multi-tool upgrader. And next to it is this here. It's called the... let's see if we can get it without hanging on. There we go. Exosuit upgrade. Now these cylinders, you buy extra spaces in your exosuit, but it's not just for the cargo. So if I go square and go in here, look, it's going to show me then here, look, it says you can upgrade that for 100,000 units. The reason why this is so expensive is because I always thought that you could only buy the flashing one, and that's why I've got so many cargo spaces bought. And I've only got like about 5 left to buy, look, or 6 if I include that one. So the more you buy, the more expensive they become. However, you can pick something up here in your technology slot as well. This is so useful. This is why I've got pitiful amount in here. It's ridiculous. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, look, I'd rather buy that one, please. And now you can see that one's glowing. And because I haven't bought as many in here, look, that's actually cheaper at the moment. The price goes up, the less space you've got left. Okay, so I'm going to buy that here now. And there we go. I'm going to get an upgrade there for my Exosuit technology tree. I was starving for slots earlier on, and now I'm not. It's very useful. So I would recommend, don't forget to change what slot you buy first before you do it, because it does tend to make you think that's the only one you can buy. When you're approaching a space station and you're wondering where the bloody hell is the entrance, is it here, or do you fly underneath, or is it on that side? The entrance always faces the nearest planet, look. So let's have a little look here. We've got this undiscovered planet that I haven't scanned yet. Make sure you span planets. Make sure you do that. Yes, lovely. High sentinel activity. We'll go there for a laugh now. And go past, look, and you'll see the actual entryway is just pointing at the planet here. Let's go down here a minute now. There it is, look. Always facing the planet. Very useful, because sometimes I find myself arsing around and not knowing where the bloody hell I'm going. Remember that? Useful. Docking with space stations is a piece of piddle. Just slow down and go generally into the blue light and you'll get pulled in. Another handy thing about landing on a space station is that it kind of resets any trouble that you may be in outside in space. If you're being chased by sentinels or pirates, landing on the space station will get you out of aforementioned trouble. Don't feel the need that you have to fly everywhere, because when you first start, you kind of think, well, that's the only way I can get around. But when you come to a space station, you've got one of these here, look, which is the station terminus teleporter, and you can retrace your steps to anything that you want to. So you can see, for example, I've got my settlement, which is something completely different, but my Sausageburg, I can go there. I can go to my capital ship, or I can go to Sausage Land, which is my rudimentary base I built on my first ever planet. So this is incredibly useful. Or you can divide it into space stations, and you can go to visit any previous space station that you may have visited, and it'll also mark anything of use there, look. So what we can see here, what have we got here? We've got like there's an outlawed system there, so restriction is clearance isn't granted. But what's useful is being able to go back to any of these places. Plus, whenever you come to one of these in a space station and you've got lots of crap to sell, which you probably will have a lot of, always facing it will be a galactic trade terminal, this eyepiece here. There aren't any of these on the Anomaly. These are only on the space stations, okay? So I was farting around for ages figuring that out. So this is where you can come and sell all your stuff. So whenever you exit a portal on a space station, you'll always find a galactic terminal to sell your junk. And don't be afraid to sell junk either. Be aware, though, don't go selling things willy-nilly like the salvage data, as this is an actual currency that you use for construction at the construction research unit, used to research new construction blueprints. These are incredibly valuable valuable if you're base building. So they're very, very useful. I mean, if you don't ever intend to base build, I wouldn't, but you're always going to have to use some base building materials at the beginning, or some base building things as part of some of the missions. So I'd keep those on hand until you kind of feel safe selling them, which you probably never will. You first get out into space and you find yourself stuck in a massive asteroid field. Don't stress, they're really, really useful. Use whatever laser type thing you've got and shoot the bloody things, and you can see you start picking up minerals. Look, you can see I got some silver there. These are really useful for lots of different kinds of minerals. Look, I got tritium there, which is something you're going to use quite a lot. I get things called tritium hyperclusters. Now, that's not some form of medical ailment. What that is that you can actually dismantle them and get more tritium out of them. So here we go. Look, you can see I've got these tritium hyperclusters here. You can analyze them. Sometimes you can do that to certain things in your inventory, and then they'll yield other stuff. So I've done that. What that's giving me is more tritium. There it is, look. So I got 263 tritium there. So while I do this, you can keep an eye on that. We'll go up, look. Oh, nice. Nice wadges of it there. Very useful to get rid of pretty much immediately because they take up extra slots, which is, of course, very important at the beginning. You want to keep as much space as you can. So that's very good. But, of course, silver and gold as well, I find quite a lot of. It's marvellous. And talking of exosuit upgrades, you get these drop as rewards now and again. These are exosuit upgrade charts. What these are going to do is enable you to find a drop pod that will give you a free upgrade for your exosuit. So if you've got one of these flashing in your inventory, make sure you press square or whatever your button is to plot the route. It'll tell you the drop pod is detected, and then we go and have a little look and find it. Hang on, there it is on the radar at the top. Look, it's kind of pointing, point-yo. There it is, yo. You can tag it with square. Let's scan the planet and make our way there. I did a rhyme then. Don't forget to engage your pulse drive. Whenever you come into orbit of a planet as well, don't worry, it'll cut your pulse drive pretty goddamn quick. And it'll also cut your forward momentum a little bit as well. So make sure you apply your thrusters so you can know where to keep on going. Right, we're going to have a little look now for the location of this drop pod. I picked a particularly stupid place to do this because whenever you activate that, it'll find it in the system that you're in. And it's done it on the nearest planet, which has got high sentinel activity. So obviously I'm a bit of an idiot for doing this, but never mind. Let's land this baby here. That's me little mate there. Now then, the actual drop pod, you've got to repair it in order to access the free slot, okay? Least hospitable planet. Lovely. Yes. Let's have a little look here. Exosuit upgrade module available. So, I've got to repair this, the power core. I've got antimatter housing. I've got to have sodium nitrate, which I don't bloody have. And I've also got carbon nanotubes. I can fix that one. But these two, I've got to find some shape. Hopefully, I can make antimatter housing. Yes, I can. Let's grab one of them. Thanks very much. We can repair that now. And it shows me here that I can refine sodium nitrate from sodium, which is very useful. Now, I've actually got this, another little tip for you here, as soon as you get the chance to unlock the blueprint and stick it in, a personal refiner. It's on me sleeve, so I can take my copper out there, look, because that's really useful at the beginning of it, because that gives you chromatic metal, which is incredibly useful as well. So what I want to do now is find the sodium and stick it in. Where are you, sodium? There it is, 42 sodium. Let's see if that's going to be enough to crank out sodium nitrate. 10 of it. Yes, there we go. Bang. It's all done. Lovely. And there we go. We can then stick our extra slot in, which normally cost me 100 grand down here. But what I'm going to do is put it up here instead. There we go. I'm going to upgrade that one because this is really important because you get all your goodies there. So excellent. There we go. Exosuit upgrade done and dusted. Occasionally you're going to find in your inventory and find these about the place, the suspicious packets, and you're wondering what the hell are they because they look like ammo. Well, what they do is hold upgrades for various things. So this has got an arms upgrade here. So if I open this, look, I'm going to have bang, and I'm going to have strange things appearing in my inventory. There we go. So look, I've got a suspicious scatter blaster module that's worth 384 nanites. Now, if I choose to install this into my multi-tool, it's going to lose all that value. Once it's installed, you can't sell it for that value anymore. You can only sell it for around about 16 nanites, I believe, something like that. The trouble is, of course, you don't know exactly what augment is going to give you until you actually install it. So, for example, this is going to go into my scatter blaster. If I have a little look at my multi-tool here, I've already got one in there. Look for my scatter blaster. It gives me +8 in the clip, -6% load time, and +1% damage. So I'm going to do this for an experiment now and see what happens. I'm going to go back I'm going to go down here. We want to install its suspicious scatter blaster, so I'll install it there, bang, and it'll pop over here. Now make sure you group it together, or nearby, because they all get a bit of a boost there. So what's that? So the new one is plus 1 shot per burst, so it gives me an extra burst. It gives me 8 on the clip and 1% damage. It's up to you, really. Do you see what I mean? There's much of a muchness about the differences there. That's not something I particularly keep on, really. I don't know. Maybe that's going to administer more damage per clip, so I'm actually going to keep that one and stick this one away. Oh, it swings and roundabout. Oh, no, there we are. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Talking nonsense. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to store this technology or move it. Moving it means just moving it to an adjacent slot, which I don't want to do. What I want to do is put it back, and I want to store it. So you press, well, in this case, oh, not, go back. I want to store it. In this case, it's triangle to store it, and then I'm going to pack this into my starship because I'm just probably going to flog it off or something a bit later on. You can see I've got loads of others in here as well. So yeah, don't bother keeping all of these if you don't use them, because you're going to pick them up pretty regularly. Now, the Anomaly is a public space, well, space station that you get to when you've done a certain part of the introductory missions. But what you may not realise when you're first into the game is that you can call the Anomaly wherever you want to. I was really scared to do this when I first started, but do it whenever you go into a new system. There's loads of benefits for doing it. First of all, you call up your menu. This is down on the D-pad, and you can see there's an Anomaly icon there. And once it's green, you know you can summon the Anomaly in. So if I just do that here, just go, woo, boom. There it is. Lovely. Now, what's great about the Anomaly is, first of all, it's a refuge. So if you're being attacked or you've got sentinels after you or anything, call in the Anomaly. You can't be too close to any planets or space stations or the like. But once you call it in, just get down its gullet and you will be safe from the sentinels. But of course, the Anomaly offers loads more goodies as well. If you're a brand new player, you're going to find that there's a lot of very kind, very nice people here in the No Man's Sky community. That's something that I'd found out. Now, what's really cool is if you summon the Anomaly and you come in and you land, and then you've got, this is the Nexus here, this fellow, where you do group missions together. But you can be what's called a hub hobo, which is excellent. Now, all it means is that you sort of stand, so you can see a fellow sitting down here now. All you do is you need to emote and sit down or whatever it is. I tend to find that sitting down is the one that is very good. So let me get my emotes up, my gestures. Let me do my sitting down thing by here now. Now, what you tend to find, if like I was doing work and I just left my character sitting there on the bib of the Nexus there, and people come up and give you loads and loads and loads of stuff. They're so incredibly kind. And of course, when you've got loads and loads of stuff, then it might be nice to return the favour to some new players as well. But once this chap gave me, and I want to say thank you so much to him, gave me this Fecium, and I thought he just gave me poo. But he gave me like hundreds of thousands of it, and it ended up being about 100 grand. Which was fantastic amount of cash to start with. So it's really cool thing to do. Become a hub hobo and you'll get lots and lots of goodies from kindly passers-by. I heartily recommend it. What a lovely community we have here in No Man's Sky. Now, if you do want to give something to somebody, which is a very nice thing to do, of course, you just hover over the item you want to give. In my case, I press triangle for quick transfer, and then you can see any nearby players that you might want to give it to here, look. So say I want to give it to that person there, I can just go ding, and boom, there we go. They've now got a defense chit in their inventory, which they'll see flashing a little bit later on, which is a very nice thing to do, yes. The Anomaly has lots of interesting people in it here as well, and there's two people here you really want to start getting used to, particularly when you're scanning data. Okay, you got this fellow here. This chap is called a Helios. He looks like an Ent who's on fire. But if you go and have a Chinwag with Helios, you can sell him scan data and he'll give you nanites for it. And you can accrue nanites pretty quickly, particularly if you're going scanning a lot to make some cash. So look, I've got flora data here, which is of plants and the various systems that I've got. I haven't done very much of it, but just to show you, I'll do it there. Look, I think I've only scanned 2 or 3 extra things. Let's see what he gives me. There we go. Take these nanites. Thanks very much indeed. There we are. Look, he's given me, quite a few, 270 nanites there. But this guy over here, I totally forgot to go to him. This is Ares, and he gives you stuff for fauna, I believe. Let's have a little look if I'm correct when you scan the old fauna, or is it for space stuff? I can't remember. Let's have a look. Transmit milestone data. There we go. That's what you can do for that. So I transmit my milestone data. So any more milestones that I do, this fellow will give you nanites. Also, I haven't had that many milestones since, but it's 50, and it all works out. So if you've got them stashed up, it's well worth coming to these guys to get some extra nanites. Every time you summon the anomaly into a new system, because I haven't been into this system before, you get a chance to upgrade your exosuit here as well, okay? So whenever you summon the anomaly to a system you haven't been to before, you'll grab this. So you go into your exosuit upgrade, and you're presented with the same screen that you've got in the space stations of these systems as well. It's going to cost me 100 grand to upgrade that slot, but I think I'm going to upgrade this slot here, and it's going to cost me, there we are, I'm up to 100 grand on this one as well now, but for me, that's bloody worth it, because I want to get that done as much as possible. So let's upgrade that there. There we go. Exosuit upgraded once again. Very useful, that. What else do we have over here as well? We've also got our multi-tool upgrades here. Let's have a little look at those. You can buy a multi-tool, which is useful. But you can also purchase upgrades here. These are the ones where you purchase the things to install. And these are all paid for in nanites as well. Very, very useful. Yes, that's good. I don't know what else. Combat scope. That sounds useful. I haven't looked at hardly any of these. I've only just started. But drilling is important, so I'd recommend you get the advanced mining laser at least, so you can drill the bigger structures to get more outputs. Now, if you need to locate a specific substance, you've got a really handy way of doing it from your catalogue here. So you want to come to your catalogue and guide screen, go to minerals and items, and let's say, for example, let's have a look at exotic raw items. Let's say we wanted to find some phosphorus here. So we can locate the substance like this. And then it says locate phosphorus in the galaxy map, search for a phosphorus rich system. So what we need to do is bring up our galaxy map. So I just tap down on the D-pad on the PlayStation and go over to the galaxy map and do that. And then you can see it's going to highlight, look, just there, the Eudelion 4. I've got a green line linking from where I am to that system there, okay? So I can do that, and I can warp to that system. And then I just press warp. It says phosphorus detected, so we know one of the planets in this system does have phosphorus on it, so we can warp there, and we can go phosphorus collecting. After a bit of a pirate scrap, which is plenty fun, it's warped us in here near a planet. We'll just scan this planet. Look, you should find, actually, that it's got stuff that you want nearby. But that's not where we want. We haven't got any phosphorus on that one. There we go. Phosphorus is located on Unslow there. However, if you want to know how many planets are in a particular system that you're in, you just want to bring up again your guide and go to Discoveries, look at the top, and it's showing me here where I am. That's my current location there, okay? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 planets there as well. It takes a little while for the data to go in, but yes, very handy indeed. Let's pile in here now and go to Unslow. Then all you need to do is get your scanner out and have a little look for the item that you're after. In this case, look, it's there, the phosphorus deposit, so I can just tag that and I can go and harvest it. Lovely. Here's our phosphorus deposit. I'm going to get out my old terrain manipulator and dig it all up. And there we go. Not too bad at all. So you're never really lost not knowing where to go or what to do in regard to getting resources, deposits and things, but of course some things are a lot rarer than others. Now frequently you're going to find these damaged machinery around the place. When you do your scanner, look, it's like that little cog type thing there. You can go and get this. Now once you get to it, you can extract some goo from it, which unbungs the locks, I suppose is the best way to look at it, and then it'll drop you something interesting or something you might find useful, nanites usually. But always down and to the left, you can see, look, we've got another little dot there. Now then, if I go to my terrain manipulator and dig down, oh bugger, hang on, let's charge it back up. Charge, please. Hang on, yes. And keep on digging in, you're going to find this, a technology module. These are always in the place or in the vicinity and tend to be to the left of that damaged machinery, so you can grab those and you'll get some lovely salvage data from those, what you can use to update your construction base research doodads for more structures and the like, yes. Now, if you ever find yourself in a position of being attacked, which is going to happen quite a lot, you've got a very useful button in your arsenal which will stop you from trying to find and kill the guys you're after. You can see you've got the arrow pointing to where they are, and you think, oh, well, there's one there. So I'll try and zoom in and shoot him and stuff, which isn't too bad once they're close. But once they go around, you've got to try and find them, and it's a pain in the bum. You've got to adjust your speed. Well, you've got a lock-on button. On PlayStation, it's L2. I don't know what it is on the other things, but on the console and the PC, but you've got a button that does it. So all I got to do is press L2, look, and now I'm going to target lock acquired, and it's just going to keep on going along. I would recommend, weapons-wise, a positron ejector, because watch now, it's very good at giving kick-ins. Look at that, shield gone. Yes, nearly dead. These are just sentinels. They're going to keep on coming until the big boss ship turns up. But it's very useful for, you know, tracking. There we are, I'm out of the thing. I've got interceptors arriving. If you want to get rid of them, you've got a chance to escape by doing your pulse drive like that in between attack waves, and then you can escape them and they leave you in peace. But that L2 target attack button is fantastically helpful. I'd heartily recommend using it. It's, well, just don't do anything else. Now, as a new player, you can find yourself naked as a newborn lamb, and you're ripe for the culling. For more experienced players, you get a kick and a smash in your face in, because that's bound to happen, because it's life, innit? Well, anyway, if you don't want that to happen, what you want to do is come in here to the options, look, and you want to go to network, and then you've got something here called allow PvP, and I've got it set to no one. What that means then is PvP means player versus player. You can't get attacked and you're a lot safer. I mean, if you want to be completely safe, you can turn off multiplayer as well, but I know there's no real need to do that. That's the only one you need to do, just in case you get some unpleasant gits trying to ram your space station up your right nostril. Here's something you might want to change if you want to get a bit more scope in your cockpit so you can see what's going on. Well, first of all, if you want to, of course, you can change your view entirely. What you do is bring up your utility belt thing, go to the cog on the end, and then go up here, look, and then you can change your starship view to inside or outside, whichever you prefer. I don't know, with me, I'm kind of old school, so I kind of like to be sitting in the cockpit. It gives me a bit more fun to do, so I'm going to go back inside here. But if you want to widen your cockpit view, you want to go to your options, go to camera, and then you can see here you've got a field of view. Look, now I tend to stick this up as wide as possible, really, so I can see absolutely everything going on outside the windows. Looks like you can go up to 100 degrees. Let's just apply that there. You can do that on foot as well for your field of view if you want a bit more lookage around it. You saw it just pull out behind me there, look, and there we go. We've got a bit more of a view now where we can look around. This I find a lot more comfortable, and another reason why sitting into the cockpit, of course, is because you get a lot more information, and you can see information about your ship. You can see information about your speed. You can see what weapon you've got there, even though it's in the top right as well. So yes, you've got lots of things you could have a little look at here. Now, occasionally you might find yourself, rather frequently, on a water planet. God, look how beautiful this place is. Well, anyway, it can be a bit of a bind to try and find a little bit of land to land on sometimes, because you might want to be diving into the water to get some resources, because there are certain resources that are only available in the water. But, look, you can buy this. It's called, hang on, let me go to my starship. There we are. Here it is. Look, they're called aquajets. And that means you can land on any water surface, no problem at all. Now, of course, you can buy this upgrade from The Anomaly. It's very easy to pick up. Once it's installed, then you can just land any water anywhere, look, which is really cool. And once it lands on the water, then we get teleported up to the top of the ship, which is great. So we go out now as normal, and we'll go, and there we go, we're up on the roof, look. And we're creating our own little island, and it hovers just above the water. Totally excellent and great. Now, when you first start the game, one of the most useful things you can use is the scanner, because you're going to get money from using your scanner pretty much straight away. Whenever you're on a new planet, start scanning the flora, which is the plants, of course, the fauna, which is the wandering gits, and the minerals as well, because you get, like I said, credit rewards for it. So here I am in the floaty water. What the hell do we have here? We have the general gits. So let me just show you. I've got my scanner in now with no upgrades on, and we seem to have a herd of swimming cows here. But anyway, let's go and have a little look. Now, I can scan these guys here just by hovering over them. Look, I've got the question marks. I'll scan it, and what have we got there? We've got 1,600 credits, look, for scanning the cows, which ain't too bad, and we can put that data up to everybody else. We can also see what we can get for some flora and fauna here. I got that scan. I can scan everything I scan in here will be new. I got 200 for doing that. Okay, so that's pretty cool. But what we can do now is, if you go to a space station and buy a scanning augment, What I mean is that stuff that you can put next to your scanner to increase its capabilities. So you can see here, I've taken off, I've already bought them, you see. These two down here, I took them off. Now I'm going to install them and show you the difference. If I install this and put it next to my scanner there, you can see it's got two yellow boxes there. Now that means they're being augmented because you're putting them next to each other. You can see there my drills, they're all linked there too, and also for my scatter blaster, they're all linked there too. Now once I install this, it's increased my scan radius by 45%, and any mineral analysis that I get and I analyze any minerals, it'll be plus 3,262% rewards, which is excellent. And also, I am drowning at the moment, but don't worry, we'll be alright. And I also, if I go back to my exosuit and I'll put, I'll put this one on here. There it is. I'm going to install this one as well. Let's pop that in there too. There we go. And now this one, let's have a little look. It'll give you a scan radius and my recharge time. It'll increase that as well. But what you really want to look for, of course, let's just get up here a minute. There we go, so I can stop drowning because I'm dying of thingy. Yeah, there we go. Oxygen resources replenished. So what I'll do now is if I scan minerals, instead of like the 200 odd quid I just got, it should be 3,000 times, well, 3,000 percentage points better. Okay, so let's go and have a little look for some minerals that I haven't scanned. Let's have a little look. You'll see them pop up. Now you can as well, you can see the inorganic object, unidentified mineral there, look. So you can zoom in also. You don't have to swim. You can actually augment it. It's tapping R3 on PlayStation, but then you can just do it there, look, and then you can scan it, and let's have a little look how much we get. What have we got? 7,443. Now you saw I got a really small amount there for scanning minerals. So what you really want to be looking out for when you first start out is scanner augments that increase the amount of rewards that you get for scanning certain things. Now, I'm sure there's loads more out there, but I'm sure you can get appropriate ones for minerals, for fauna, and for flora as well. So you're going to be tight for cash when you first start, and this is a great way to get that done. Even if it's just a grade C one, it's the name of my ship, look. Even a low grade C one will increase your yields. So make sure you get your scanner augments as quick as you like. And you can purchase the scanner augments, of course, from your multi-tool upgrade station on any space station here. Let's just have a little look and see what we've got here. Now you can buy new slots as well to increase your multi-tool capacity, but they're quite expensive, 5 million units. Now that might not be so bad later on in the game, but at the start it's pretty much pointless to do because you can't even do it. So that's next to the terminal there. You can see there, we can upgrade it there. But then here also we can buy things directly from the merchant. Hello merchant. We'll pop in and see what he's got. Purchase upgrade modules, and then you should see some scanner augments there. So there's a C one there, and they're only for nanites you can purchase these, but the 65 nanites, that's pretty goddamn cheap. And of course, if you've got more, I got an S one there. Let's see, right, what happens with this. 533, I'm going to buy it. I don't give a monkeys. Let's have a little look. Good. And now I'm going to go into my doodah here. There it is, look. Scanner module install. As usual, we won't know what it is until we install it. Look, it's already dropped in value. Bloody hell, it's like buying a brand new car. Okay, stick this in here. Not that I've ever done that in my life. And let's stick that in there. And let's see what it's given us. It's given us a plus a 32% scan. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, look at that. 7,000% on the flora, fauna, and minerals all in one go. So quite frankly, I'm going to leave that one on, but I won't need that one anymore. We're just going to store that technology and flog it off at some point and stick it in the belly of my ship. There we go. Excellent. So that's going to be great for when I'm scanning absolutely everything. I can't wait to get it used to it. That's worth buying those there. Brilliant. Now, if you're really finding some of the aspects of the game punishing or whatever, you can make a few changes which will help go in your favor. You want to go to difficulty here, and look, you can change your survival settings. Now, there's presets up here, so I'm just playing the game on normal because I want to have a bit of a challenge, but I also want to be able to do what I want to do. But look, for example, sprinting. You can have infinite sprint if you want to. You can have a very fast scanner recharge. You can take no damage. Your technology can take no damage. Your death consequences here, you can have a save deleted or no item loss at all, because I don't know if you have died, but when you do die, you get like a little marker where you drop dropped your items and you go back and pick them up. So you can change that if you want to. That's quite useful. And we have a few different pages here as well. You got it for your crafting. Look, you can change your fuel usage to free. I mean, you know, if you want to have complete and total control over it, it might be good just to do a new save, just to muck about, because what you've got basically here is full-on creative mode, I suppose. Purchases free, goods available, abundant, combat settings, loads and loads of things you can change here in order to, you know, make your game a bit easier. Now, when you're first starting out, it's always confusing to know, well, what should you go for? What should you be mining? On what resources should you get? So there's a few things you need to know. For example, it's really useful to pick up some sodium and some cobalt, dihydrogen and copper. Now, the reason why you need these is because they come in incredibly useful in the early stages of the game. Sodium will charge your shield here. Look, you can see my thermal protection. That's always going to charge your shield up. And sodium you can find by these yellow-looking plants. So if you do a scan, you can see there, you'll see the yellow Na and the Na+. That'll be a bigger source of it. But those are all the plants. You don't mine them, you actually just pick them up. The cobalt is useful because you can use it along with a bit of ferrite dust. You're going to get ferrite dust absolutely everywhere whenever you're mining. Particularly the minerals, of course. You're going to be able to create the ion batteries with these. Now, these, of course, can be used to recharge your hazard protection, your defensive stuff. So it's really handy to have a few of those in your storage, just in case you can't find any of the other bloody stuff, the sodium, because it can be hard to come by sometimes as well. Now, the dihydrogen and the copper, they are both incredibly useful as you use them a lot to start with. For example, you'll launch fuel containers when you need to launch on and off a planet. And I found myself trying to build these all the bloody time. You need loads of dihydrogen for that and metal plating. Now, to make the metal plating, let's craft it here so we can just have a quick squiz. Metal plating here, we need ferrite dust. So you're going to get a lot of that as you're mining the rocks and the minerals. The dihydrogen, when you do your scan, I'm punching R3 there, where you see the blue H's, that's where the dihydrogen is too. Now, there's another incredibly important item. There you are, you can see my shield is dying here. Look, so let me just recharge my shield. I can go over. If I had any ion batteries, look, I'd be able to do it. I wish I practiced what I preach, but I'm going to shove some sodium in there anyway. There we go. That should sort that out. Lovely, lovely. Now, the other material I mentioned was copper. Now, copper is incredibly useful because it uses to become chromatic metal, which you use in a lot of material building. So what you want to do there is just get your analysis visor out and keep on having a quick squiz out for some copper. There's usually some around pretty close somewhere. Make sure you scan it on the planet. There we are. We'll grab that one there. Look, I think I've already done it. And there we'll go and have a little look. Remember, for your copper, you need your Terran manipulator, your zappy doodah, in order to grab the stuff. Now, when you are mining for materials, particularly like copper, did you know in your Terran manipulator you can change the size of the beam? Now, the bigger the beam, the less stuff you get out of the ground. It takes a big chunk away, but it takes the copper away, or whatever it is you're mining, a lot quicker. So if you shrink the size of your beam, now I'm doing this on PlayStation with the R1 and L1 buttons, like I'm right down there with the small one now, I'm going to get more out of the copper deposit than I would if I just blasted it straight away with a huge beam. Because look, it lasts a lot longer. So make sure you do a smaller beam. It takes a bit more time, but you do get a lot more stuff out of it, which is of course what you want. So there we go, 21 hints I thought I should pass on if you're just starting out in No Man's Sky. I do stream No Man's Sky quite regularly as well, so if you want to come and watch the gameplay and the adventure unfold, I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. Don't forget to check out my live streams, and I'm also going to be putting up some more No Man's Sky videos as well. Let me know in the comments if you've got any interesting or fantastic tips. I'd love to know, and they could probably easily make their way into my next video as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you all again very soon. Sausage out.